Hello, good afternoon, my esteemed viewers. It's very nice to be able to again once again on this channel, RL Vision TV. We're still ruling from the conference of bloggers and social media influencers that took place in Abuja, organized by the NPC. And today, I'm bringing you snippets of what transpired out there, particularly on the talks by Dr. Inowa Jalingo, the Census manager, on innovations that are coming with the upcoming population and housing census. What do we do?
The digital census platform, the copy you are carrying will not allow you to do inconsistent responses. So that's one of the first check. We have the supervisors. They also do some re-interviews. In the field, they will be giving households that the enumerator went to visit. The supervisor will not know which household is going to go. And these data are compared real time. We have geo-monitors that are also checking quality of data. And the dashboard is also there. And one of the other biggest quality assurance strategy is that we are going to do a post-enumeration survey. We have done it for the PEs. We are going to match building to building, household to household. Is that clear? We are going to match persons to persons. So if in Census we came to a household, you told me that Mr. Adamu is there, I'll check in the PS, is Mr. Adamu there? How old is Mr. Adamu? What level of education? So all these characteristics will be matched. And this will help us to check data accuracy and completeness. So it's a purely scientific process. So that's as much on our data quality assurance strategy. Next. So I've already spoke to all these. Enumeration tracking dashboard, CAPI, like I have said, is also this. I said geo-monitors, I said field enumerators, and also we have independent peer monitoring group. All this I have done that. We have all put on this strategy to ensure data is of high quality. Next, and we have a very robust monitoring and evaluation team in each state for each of our exercises. For our trainings, for every activity in the census, we have an M&E. And we have officers, they don't do anything apart from monitoring and evaluation of the census. And they also go to the field. They also assess what the enumerators have done. They assess us. If we are assuming we are conducting this training, we have M&E officers. They will be giving us real time and we'll be sending alerts. If training is supposed to start at 8 a.m., and if there is any center that training did not start at 8 a.m., or is starting at 10 or 11 or the next day, we receive an alert that a training in Bayelsa that is supposed to start in this did not start at that time. The M&E officer reports. And it's an online reporting system to our system. So it's just to ensure that the right things are done at the right time and in the right places. Like I said, they also, we are leveraging digital technology. They also use the CAPI to do their M&E, collect the data, analyze. And every work we are doing is reported in this situation room on a daily basis. If we are having any activity, be it training, be it field work, the situation room sits. Next. So e-training. For the census, we have deployed what is called e-training. And e-training is an offshoot of COVID, just like any other thing. Ghana did their census training online only. But knowing our peculiarities and also the challenges, we decided to deploy both online training and physical training. So we have 3 strategies for training. One is self-learning. We give you the materials you read on your own. Then we do online training. Then we do the physical training. All is to ensure that our enumerators are on top of what they're supposed to do. People are created in classes. There is mentor-mentee strategy. You as a facilitator, you know that you have this number of mentees. So at the point in place, you'll be able to get them across and ensure that they get the necessary training and you give them the necessary assistance. So this we have deployed, and I have already spoken to you, self-learning, using online virtual training, and all this. And we have developed a lot of materials for the census on all our topical issues. So that you can watch video, you can look at them at your free time, so that to ensure that you understand anything that you don't understand. At least before you come to the class, you should be well prepared for it. Next. So we have also a project management tool, it's Asana. And that one ensures that every task we are supposed to complete, on a dashboard we look at it. Census manager is supposed to do ABC on this date. And it also sends red light, green light, and yellow lights to ensure that this task, because census task is one fits to the other. It's an integrated process. So if you don't do one today, you find out that another one will suffer. So it's an integrated process. So we ensure that this Asana keeps everybody on track. Whatever you need to do, you have it on your screen that you need to achieve this task on this day or at this time, and then we'll be able to gauge. Everybody will see who is delaying the chain of activities. Next. Then this is where we are, call center, situation room. So the call center is an integrated phone system. It also has its own dashboard. This is the national call center. We ensure that every language, at least to our various most of the major language, we ensure that the people that work here come from the 36 states and FCT. At least two from each of the states minimum, and from the Federal Capital Territory, so that people will be able to be responded to as close as possible to the language they ask questions. These call center agents receive all the calls. The ones they can provide response, they are going to provide response. Like next week, we are going to have another set of training for them on all the issues, so that as much as possible they will be informed. It has a referral system. Anything that they cannot respond to, they can send it to whichever they need to send it. If it is the chairman that, if it's a policy issue, it can be sent to the chairman through the referral system to respond. So by this, we are able to communicate to Nigerians to be able to know what are the issues, what are the problems, what are their experiences. And also we have a dashboard that monitors all the calls that come here. And the dashboard will tell us what kind of calls are we receiving. Are they on payment? Are they on recruitment? Are they on training? And on the basis of that, we are able to review these reports and see which areas do we need to improve, either by communication or by so, and all this to ensure that the project is well managed and people are given the best of information. And we came up with this after going to South Africa for a study tour. We saw their call center. We came back and said, we're going to do something better. And I believe that this is better. We have the press gallery there. The 6 systems are for the press. During the census exercise, you can file your reports here. You don't need to have to go back to your office. There are computers, there will be printers, there will be internet connectivity, so that any media coverage, you sit down here and do your report and do everything. These 6 are for press gallery. And for people like you, they will communicate to the Nigerian population. So this is our call center in session. This is one of our situation room in session. As you can see, the chairman of the commission is seated there, probably receiving reports from the states during one of our operations. We stay here almost 24 hours. Normally, in census activity time, the situation room starts in the afternoon, and it can last until 12 midnight or 1 a.m. or 2 a.m., depending on the issues. Like in census, anything you need to address now have to be addressed now. It doesn't wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow the issue will require more time and more energy and resources to tackle it. So this is a typical situation room in session. Next. Then data analysis and disseminations. We have a very solid foundation. So, and by the grace of God, we'll be able to analyze the data of the census to Nigerians in the manner in which they want. Is that clear? Unlike before, you don't know the locality. What is the population of your locality? But we'll be able to give you population by enumeration areas. With our geospatial database, We should be able to give information. We should be able to give a map of everything that you are thinking of. Is that clear? We have the map of everywhere you have any mass of any communication network in Nigeria. We have. One other thing people will ask you or ask us, what is the internet coverage in Nigeria? After we have done it, we realize that only 3% of Nigerian land space that does not have internet coverage. And this is based on the map we collected from the NCC. This is based on the coverage map we collected from all the telcos. Is that clear? And we put it, overlay it with our enumeration area maps. And we realize that only 3% of the land space that is not covered. So, and we are developing strategies to deal with it. And another thing is that our tablets can work offline and offline, online and offline. So because you don't have internet connectivity, it does not stop you from doing your work. You can work, and when you get internet connectivity, you can stream the data. So it doesn't stop us. The only thing that we require is to fetch your map and all this. As soon as you have fetched your map, you are good to go as far as your work is concerned. So anytime you have internet connectivity, you send. Data, people cannot penetrate our system. When you use your phone and tablet, the data cannot come to our system. I'm just telling you this. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Because our server recognizes only data coming from our tablets through the dedicated tunnels that we have provided. So there is no way anybody. Time is up. I think I'll use less than 3 minutes. Thank you. So we are going to provide a robust dissemination. If you have privilege of going out of Nigeria, you find out that nobody moves without a map of where he's going to. They have to look at, and everything you are doing, the data we are going to provide is going to be useful to everybody. Everybody, and that is why we are telling everybody should contribute to make sure that this data is collected. If you're a small businessman, if you're a local government official, at whatever level, we should be able to give you data that you can use. Because we have taken care of all these right from our demarcation process. So these are our key milestones. I don't need to go through them. You can look at them. We have done right from the enumeration, demarcation, I said first pretest, second pretest, verification of first level management planning, second level validation of instrument, identification of. I need to talk to that. Special population. You know, the census ensures that no one is left behind. We want to enumerate everybody. So unlike before, we just go and start looking for where are the Fulani cattle rearers, where are the fishing camps, where are this. This time around, all these locations that special population, either people that are mentally retarded, either people that are sleeping under the bridge, all sort of this population, we have already mapped them. So in an enumeration area, if you pick the enumeration area map, you know that there is likely going to be a cattle, Fulani cattle or whatever areas around here. Or on the high sea, you know that there is fishing camps in those areas. So we have mapped this unlike before. You just have to start looking for these things in the wilderness. So we have set up data collecting management system. We set up a robust monitoring and evaluation structure next. So all these I have gone through all of them. We have conducted the trial census. We have done retreats to review all this. And we have convened donors conference and all this is next. So in conclusion, before I conclude, I know most of the questions Nigerian ask, is that clear? That we are spending about 800 and something billion for the census. That looks big for everybody. We are recruiting about 1.5 million field functionaries. Take your handset and calculate. So that you know how much we are spending on field functionaries alone. Is that clear? For about 30 days that they are going to be working. And let me tell you, we went to South Africa, the minimum enumerator got was $1,000. That is the minimum one enumerator got is $1,000. You understand? So assuming we're paying that, the census budget will be in trillions. So that is why we say we have to add sacrifice and all these things. Over 60 to 70% of the census resources is going to payment of field functionaries. And we believe that that money will be recycled, and that is what economists will tell you, that we are empowering people. Let us hope that if 50% of these enumerators will use that money to invest rightly, you can see how the economy of Nigeria will be turned. You understand? An Igbo man trader, when you want to sign him off, probably what the master will give him is about 300,000. That is what I tell most of my brothers in the north. That they will give him 300,000. In that 300,000, you go and take somebody and train, and the business will turn around. And so, what we are trying to do is that we are also empowering Nigerians in this census, and we are empowering the youth population. And government is trying through different humanitarian strategies to empower people. So this is what we need to tell, that this census, by the grace of God, is going to be accurate, reliable, and I believe with your all collective efforts, telling people on the social platform space is going to be acceptable. Because however good we work, however hard we try to ensure that we do the right thing, if Nigerians do not accept the census, we did not succeed. And it is only with you people that will be able to tell Nigerians that this census is transparent, is accurate, and is reliable, and is verifiable. On that note, I want to thank you, Mrs.
Thank you very much for watching. As the census draws nearer, we are doing our work now more and more outdoors, and we're going to bring you reports from the field. Please do well to click the subscribe button on this channel, and also press the notification button so you can follow our videos online every Wednesday and Sunday, God willing.